Good day, math learners! I'm back! In this topic, we will discuss about organization and presentation of data. So, for the organization and presentation of data, we will discuss about textual method. There are many types of methods. When we say textual method, the textual or paragraph form is used when the data to be presented is purely qualitative or when very few numbers are involved. This involves enumerating the important characteristics, giving emphasis on significant figures, and identifying important features of the data. If we have a data, then we need to conclude in textual methods. There are many methods: textual, graph, tabular. So when you say textual, you are writing, you are describing what is the result of that method, of that data. Example number 1. In a group of 420 high school students in St. Alphonsus Catholic School, 60% is in favor of Pfizer COVID vaccine. Among those 60%, 189 are boys. That is in textual method. Next example, in the recent senatorial election, 70% of the candidates who won came from a family of political leaders, and 60% were showbiz personalities. Another example, according to World Health Organization, 70% of women who were diagnosed with breast cancer are from ages 35 to 50. That's a textual method type. Another type, that will be the graphical method. So when we say graphical method, we do graphs. There are many types of graphs. Before we go on the types of graphs, we need to define what is graph. Graphs are visual representations of data. They give us a quick view of the significant features of the distribution of data, and that is a graph. Several types of statistical graphs. First one, that is bar graph. Second, line graph. Third, pie graph. We will discuss each graph. That will be the bar graph. When we say bar graph, it's a graphical presentation of data using bars, which can be drawn either horizontally or vertically. Steps in constructing a bar graph. First, give the title of the bar graph. So we need to determine what is the title of our graph. Second, we need to determine the label for each axis, the x and the y axis of the graph. The third one, decide if a vertical or a horizontal bar graph will be used. It's up to you which you wanted to use. It's either vertical or horizontal bar graph. So we will discuss the two graphs for you to know how to make a bar graph. It's either vertical or horizontal. Then draw bars with the same width and space. Then the height of the bar corresponds to the frequency. It depends. Example number 1. Construct a bar graph for the given below. The given problem, the donations by each year level in high school for the victims of typhoon are as follows. Grade 7 donated 1,000 pesos. Grade 8 donated 650 pesos. Grade 9 donated 850 pesos. Grade 10 donated 400 pesos. Let's construct a bar graph for this example. First step, we need to give the title of the graph. As you can see in the problem, we're talking about donations. So the title is Donations for Typhoon Victims. Then we need to determine the label for each axis of the graph. For our horizontal axis, this is the horizontal axis, the x-axis, that will be the grade level. And the vertical axis, that will be the amount donated. That is vertical axis or the y-axis. So this will be step 3. Decide if a vertical or horizontal bar graph will be used. So as of now, we will use vertical bar graph first. And for our next example, we will use horizontal bar graph. So step 4. Draw bars with the same width and space them evenly on one axis. Okay, this will be our y-axis, the amount donated, and this will be the grade level. Okay, so the highest donation is, the highest amount donated is 1,000. So we will range at the maximum of 1,000. Okay, so grade 7, in the given, grade 7 donated 1,000 pesos. So from this point, going to this one, so you draw. Okay, make sure that they have the same scale, the interval. Okay, and also the interval here, okay, it is something 0 here. Interval is by 200. So 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. Grade 8 donated here. Grade 9 also donated with this amount, 830. So grade 10 donated 400 pesos. So you will use the given for you to graph. Therefore, each bar graph in the graph represents the amount of money. So grade 7 donated 1,000 pesos. That's why the bar graph located in the 1,000. Grade 10 is the least amount donated, which is only 400, and grade 7 is the highest amount donated. So by looking at the picture, you will know that which of the following is, or who is the highest amount donated and who is the least amount donated. That will be grade 10, the least, grade 7 is the highest. That's the use of a bar graph. Another example, number 2. Construct a bar graph for the given below. So horror is 35 students who like movie. For horror, 35 students. For fantasy, 45 students. For romance, 50 students. And for drama, 40 students. And for suspense, 45 students. So first step is we need to give the title of the graph. The title of the graph, as you can see, that will be, it is found here. The students' favorite kind of movie. That will be our title. Next one, step 2, determine the label of each axis. For our y-axis, we name it the kind of movie, because horror, fantasy, romance, drama, suspense is a kind of movie. Then for our y-axis is the number of students who likes those movies. So step 3, decide if a vertical or horizontal. So right now we will use horizontal bar graph. Step 4, draw bars with the same width, then evenly on one axis. Okay, so first horror 35 students. So the range is, or the interval is by 5. So 5 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and so on. It depends what interval you wanted to use. It depends on you. You can start by 2, 10, 20. It depends on the given. For horror, students like horror and a total of 35 students. So 35 students here, found here. Fantasy, 45 students like fantasy. So 45 is found here. So the scale. For romance, 50 students like to watch this movie. So 50. For drama, 40 students. 40 is found here. And for suspense, 45 students. 45 is found here. So, each bar in the graph represents the number of students who likes movies. The bar graph for romance is the highest or the most preferred kind of movie to watch by the students, while horror is the least. Let's go on to another type of graph. That will be the line graph. When we say line graph, it's a graph that uses line segments to show the quantitative changes in a given set of data over a period of time. That's the use of a line graph. A line graph is most suitable when we want to show the rising and falling trend. So the use of a line graph, we can picture out if the result is going up or going down. That's the use of a line graph. The horizontal line shows the categories being considered. The vertical line indicates the frequency. Please take note for that. Steps in constructing a line graph. Step 1, give the title of the line graph. Step 2, draw the horizontal and vertical axis. Step 3, determine the scale interval on the axis and then label the graph. Fourth one, plot a point to represent each entry in the data. And the last one, connect the successive points using line segments. So construct a line graph for the given below. Okay, this will be the given. Consider the following data which shows the changes in temperature in degrees Celsius over a certain week in Lapu-Lapu City. For Monday, 25 degrees Celsius, Tuesday, 30 degrees Celsius, Wednesday, 32 degrees Celsius, Thursday, 35 degrees Celsius, Friday, 20 degrees Celsius, Saturday, 30 degrees Celsius, Sunday, 35 degrees Celsius. These are the given. So this will be the table we can form. So step 1, give the title of the graph. We can say it, we can name it as changes in temperature over a week in Lapu-Lapu City. Step 2, draw the vertical and horizontal axis. Okay, we need to draw the vertical and the horizontal axis. Okay. Step 3, okay, we need to determine the scale of each axis. So our y-axis that will be the temperature, that will be our frequency. And our x-axis is the day, which is Monday up to Sunday. Then step 4, we need to plot a point to represent each entry in the data. So our interval here, as you can see, the given 25 up to 35 degrees Celsius, which is the highest, and the least is 25. We can use the interval of by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we need, now it's time to plot. So Monday, it is located 25. For Tuesday, it is 30 degrees Celsius. So it is located here. For Wednesday, that is in 30 degrees Celsius. It is something here. And for Thursday, it is 35 degrees Celsius. Friday, 20 degrees Celsius located here. Saturday, 30 degrees Celsius. So 30, this is 30, look at here, located here. And for Sunday, 35 degrees Celsius. So that is the way on how to draw or make a line graph. 5. Then connect the successive points. So we need to connect the point, 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 and connect the point. Example number 2. Jefferson bought a new motorcycle in 2017 for $550,000. The peso value of his motorcycle changed each year, as shown on the table below. Year 2017, it is cost, the value of the motorcycle is $550,000. In 2018, the value goes lower, and that will be $510,000. 2019 is $475,000. 2020 is $440,000. Okay, step 1, we need to give the title of the graph. So that will be value of Jefferson's motorcycle. Step 2. We need to draw the vertical and horizontal axis. So we need to draw the vertical and the horizontal axis. Step 3. So before we go to step 3, our y-axis, the value of the motorcycle, which is the frequency part, and our x-axis is the year. Step 3, determine the scale interval. So our interval here is, look at the given. 440,000 is the lowest. 475,000 is 550,000 is the highest. So you can use 400,000 as a starting of your interval, or you can use 350,000 by 50,000 interval. So 350, 400,000, 450,000, 500,000, 550,000, 600,000. So in year 2017, it is located, or the amount of the motorcycle is 550,000. So it is located here. In year 2018, it's 510,000. So between 500 and something between 500 to 550. So it is something located here, 510,000. 2019 is 470,000. So it's quiet between 450 and 500. So more than 407, middle part. So 475 is something found here. 2020 is 440,000. So it is nearly 450,000. So it is found here. So that is step 4, plotting. For step 5, connect the successive points using the line segments. So we need to connect all the points. Connect, connect, and connect. Now we'll go on to the next type of graph. That will be the pie graph. When you see pie graph, a pie graph is a graph in the form of a circle divided into sectors whose relative areas represent the frequencies of the given set of data. That is a pie graph. Pie graph. Steps in constructing a pie graph. First, give the title of the pie graph. Second, compute the angle of each sector by using the formula. This formula is degrees is equal to frequency over total times 360 degrees. This is used for plotting. You will use protractor for this one. Third, convert each frequency to a percentage using the formula. Percentage, that will be frequency over total times 100%. Fourth one, draw a circle and use a protractor to divide it according to the angle of each sector. So, it depends on what is the degrees of each data. 5. Label all sectors by writing the name and the corresponding percentage. Let's have an example. Number 1. Construct a pie graph for the given below. These are the given. For school year 2019-2020, the math club had 80 members. The number of members per grade level is as follows. For grade 7, 16 students. For grade 8, 24 members. Grade 9, 22 members. Grade 10, 18 members. So, how to make a pie graph? Step 1. Give the title of the graph. Okay. So, you can see in the problem, for school year 2019, Math Club. Okay. So, the number of Math Club members per grade level. That will be the title of our graph. Next one, compute the angle of each sector. We need to compute the angle with this formula. Frequency over total times 360. So 16, 24, 22, and 18 are frequencies. 80 is the total. So we need to compute each level so that we can get the sector of each grade level so that we can plot the pie graph. For grade 7, so 16 over 80 times 360. 16 is the frequency over the total, which is 80. That's why 16 over 80 times 360, that will be 72 degrees. For grade 8, 24 members over 80 total members times 360, that will be 108 degrees if you use your calculator. You can use your calculator for this one. 22 members for grade 9 over the total members, which is 80 times 360 degrees, that will be 99 degrees. For grade 10, 18 members over 18 members times 360 degrees is equal to 81 degrees. Please take note for the degrees. Grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. Step 3. Convert each frequency to a percentage using the formula. frequency over the total times 100. Next, draw a circle and use a protractor to divide it according to the angle. Label all sectors by writing the name. So, grade 7 is 20%, grade 8 is 30%, grade 9 is 27.5%, grade 10 is 22.5%. So, you will use the degrees for this one. Okay, this is the sector for grade 10, the sector for grade 7, the sector for grade 8, and the sector for grade 9. So, how do we get 20%? So, by using the frequency, how many members of the grade 7 divide the total number, which is 80 times 100. So that will make it into 20%. Same as grade 8, total number of members of grade 8 divide the total of which is 80 times 100. That will make it into 30%. Same as grade 9 and grade 10. The pie graph shows that the grade 8 has the biggest membership in the club. Okay. Again, as you can see in the pie graph, grade 8, which is 30%, has the biggest membership in the club. Example number 2. Construct a pie graph for the given below. A survey was conducted on the favorite ice cream flavors of 200 grade 7 students. The result is as follows. Mango, 30 students who loves mango. For ube, 80 students. Makapuno, 50 students. Avocado, 40 students. A total of 200. Solution. Step 1, we need to give the title of the graph. That will be grade 7 students' favorite ice cream flavor. Step 2, compute the angles or the degrees in each frequency. That will be 30, 80, 50, 40. So, for mango, which is 30 divided by total of 200 times 360 degrees, that will be 54 degrees. For ube, 80 divided by the total of 200 times 360, that is 144. You can use your calculator for this one. 50 for the makapuno, divide the total of which is 200 times 360, that will make it into 90 degrees. For avocado, 40 over the total of 200 times 360, that will make it into 72 degrees. Please take note of the degrees so that we will use this one in plotting our pie graph. For the percentage, for the mango, okay, frequency of a total over total times 100. So percentage for the mango, 30 students over 200 times 100 is 15%. For ube, 80 over 200 times 100, that is 40%. For makapuno, 50 over 200, which is the total, times 100, that is 25%. Avocado, 40 students over the total of 200 times 100 is equal to 20%. So you can use your calculator in solving this one. These are the percentage for the given frequency. Then, step 4, draw a circle. First, you draw a circle. I know my circle is not totally a circle. Assume that it's a circle. Step 5, label all sectors by writing the name. Before we label, so we need to plot first. So, we starting point from the center. So, mango. So, using the degrees of the mango and using the protractor, so this one. For avocado, the degrees of avocado, as well as the makapuno and ube. So step 5, you name each frequency. That is mango, which is 15%, avocado 20%, makapuno 25%, ube is 40%. As you can see in the graph, or the pie graph, shows that ube flavor of ice cream is the most preferred ice cream that grade students loves it, or they really likes ube flavor. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to answer the given formative assessment.